Alright gamers, today we build. What exactly? Well, I've actually already started. As you can see behind me, we got a big guy. In the last video, we worked on a bit of an elytra course, and I said it was going to be surrounded by a big structure. Well, this is it. This is the big structure, still unfinished, so we're going to get this finished today. As you can see, it's got holes right through there. This thing, though, I was streaming when I built it. As you can see, it's about drive. The chat decided that we're going to call it Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Much to my dismay, I didn't agree to that. Well, obviously I have agreed to it because we ran a poll and everyone voted for it. So if that was you, if you voted for this, why did you vote for this? Why did you vote for this? You could have voted for any name. There were some good names and you voted for Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I'm not happy. But as you can see, it's still not finished. Its brain's kind of missing, so we're going to get that done real soon. But I've done a little bit of work around the place as well. As you can see, I've actually joined the two lakes together. So there was a piece of land that went right here, but I've dug it all out, and so now we've got a nice big lake, which I think looks a lot better. It's been quite a while since I've made a video here on this server, and that's for a whole bunch of different reasons, but because of that, I want to get heaps of done. I want to just build non-stop for this entire episode. That'll include a whole lot of expansion to this area. I have a big lighthouse build that I want to put up right here, maybe even a couple of boats. And I want to finish a little bit of this lake terraforming as well. So there's a lot to do, but to get started, we need to finish the top of this head. And to do that, we need to go to a very specific store that sells a very specific block. I don't actually know where it is, so where? Oh, there it is. All right, I flew right over the top. Here it is, little mushroom shop. This was made by Bunny. There it is, Bunny shop. What do we got in here? 1 diamond equals 1 stag. Oh, we've got brown mushroom. That's perfect. And dark oak. Wow, this is actually a lot more stuff. Okay, that's fantastic. I definitely need brown mushroom for 1 stag. So that's 1, 2, and a half. Can you pay half diamonds? I don't think so. All right, we'll just take 2 for now. I've just learned a new crafting recipe. That is insane. Can't believe I didn't know this. I don't even need a crafting bench for it, but it's for red nether bricks. This is so expensive. I've never crafted these before. I've never used them, and I need way more than 10. So I'm like, that's all the nether wart that I have. That's all of it. Actually, I have a little bit growing up here. Not much though. Why is there a cow down here? What the? Plants it back. Yeah, that's not nearly enough. 18. I guess we can make, how much does that do? 19? I think there's a shop for this. And sure enough, there it is. Silly Blocks Nether shop. Please have some stock. 1, 2, 3, 4. Amazing how much 1 diamond per 32. Expensive, but fair. The reason I needed that was because, as you can see, as you probably just saw in the little time lapse there, I finished the big guy. It's done. But this is kind of like this area right here. Pretty boring. These structures usually have like a lot of detail. It's this kind of junk punk, you know, cyberpunk kind of vibe. So you got signs, you got lights going on everywhere, but around the side of this, it's pretty boring. So we're gonna put a sign right here. It's actually, vainly, it's actually my name, Laura's Bones. I think it is. Maybe it's not. I think it is though. I think it is. So we're gonna build that right here, and then I'll give you guys a little bit of a tour. Okay, so I've just finished building the sign, and I went to hit record, and then the heavens opened. And it just started bucketing down, but I thought it looked really cool. So I switched the shaders on, and I thought I'll give you guys a bit of a tour through the big guy right now with the rain. I think it looks wicked. I love these like rain reflections, but I gotta be really careful because there's a lot of mobs spawning. But here it is, the big guy. I think this is looking so sick. It's a very detailed build. Probably, it's got me thinking about sort of building on servers with other people and, you know, stuff. Oh my gosh, there we go. Dang, that guy took a chunk. That guy took a massive chunk out of land. They will fix that later. Yikes. But it's got me thinking a little bit about building on servers and stuff and like content. I've been working on this really slowly over like the past couple weeks because it's taken me so long to get all the little blocks and all the little details. So I don't know. What do you guys think about that sort of thing? Personally, I love all the little details. Like we've got this catwalk here. I've got these signs here and it goes around the edge. This was really hard to build. I even added glass here. You can't really see it unless you like stare at it. It stops me falling down because that's what I do. I fall down. Also, this thing is full of mobs. Oh geez. let's not go on there right now. So I guess in the end, the argument comes down to what's more important, quality or quantity? Because if you go for quality, it takes a little bit longer to get everything done. But there it is, we got another build done here in this area, and again, despite the rain, I think it's still looking pretty sick. You can just barely see the outline of that floating nether portal. The ship here looks so sick, and the other ship over there, again, I can see it, but I don't think that'll read on YouTube. It'll probably just be a gray blur. Whoop. So now with that done, finally, took me quite a while, but I'm really liking the way it looks. But now that we've got all this done, I think it's time to move on and keep building. I want to put a couple shops, like food stalls, right here. So we're gonna have one big one right there and another medium-sized one right here, and I think it will just frame the entrance a little bit better. Yeah, so let's go get that done.
This is the song for you.
Alright, so we got some building done. We got 2 food stalls and like a half bus. Nothing too crazy. You guys have probably seen a lot of this stuff before. So this kind of like cyberpunky, like street sort of Asian food stall. The library, what are these called? Bookshelves plus the looms. You guys know that trick. It's a classic one. Bookshelves, but they kind of look like bottles plus empty shelves. Got some gold up there, flexing big time with the gold. So I think it's looking pretty good. I also added in this kind of power lines looking thing here. It's like a sign. It's not finished yet actually, but I think I like it. It's kind of busy, but I think having something that sort of creates like a bit of parallax, that kind of obstructs your view walking in, I think I like that. I got these signs though for, we're gonna have a foods sign here, because this goes through to another food stand right there. Pink and yellow. How do we feel about that? I think I'm into it. Right here, this one's got banners, and actually, I was thinking of doing some designs on the banners. I might add those later on. What do we got? The smithing table. Oh, there's a lot of iron there. But yeah, I think this one came out pretty cool as well. I want to add a few more details, like some bells and some sea pickles to, you know, there's a little bit more going on in the shop. So that's a little bit better of like an entrance, I think. Having these 2 stalls going there, this bus cracks me up. It's real rusty. I don't know, maybe it got cut in half, maybe it crashed there. It's on bricks, you know, someone's stolen the wheels off it. But it just adds to this whole junky vibe here, you know. These bushes are kind of ruining it a little bit, but hey, maybe it's overgrown, maybe it's been raining a bunch. Who knows? But we're not finished yet. There's still quite a lot that I want to add. The next thing I want to do here is actually get something to fill in this view right here. So if I creep back here across the bridge and I walk in, there's still this big negative space right here. And I want this to be like just messy. I just want a whole bunch of stuff like apartment buildings and like power generators. Just, you know, something to fill up this space. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now. What do you guys think? Do chickens have blast resistance? Let's find out. I'm sorry, guys. And that's a no. As you guys know, I don't really build modern style like apartment buildings. This is kind of the first time I've tried doing this on the channel. In fact, you may recognize it. It's based off One Punch Man's house from the show One Punch Man. If you've seen it, if you haven't, then that probably means nothing, but anyway, I think it's kind of cool. I quite like it. Oh, and it's actually missing some details. So if this is a junk punk area, it kind of needs some junk, right? Some litter, some rubbish. So one classic trick is taking some oak wood, which is oak logs, crafted into like bark on all 4 sides, and you strip it. Kind of looks like a cardboard box, right? Left out for collection. So we'll do a couple of those. In fact, maybe we do a couple in like different directions. So we do one like that, put one there maybe, something like that. And then the other classic one is dried kelp. Kind of looks like a trash bag. So put a couple of those around, maybe pile it up. It's been a couple weeks. All right, I think that kind of, I've missed another detail. Hold up. There should be like a front door light. Oh, there it is. Not bad. Not bad. Next up, we have this big windmill, this big power generator, which probably looks better from a higher angle. Yeah, that's a little bit better. I love how it looks like it's spinning. I added some white glass, some stained white glass, to try and create like the effect of motion of it spinning. And I think it actually works. I think you can kind of tell that it's spinning. Obviously, it's not actually spinning, but it looks like it. It also looks kind of dangerous, like it's going to chop something up. Probably shouldn't have a turbine of this size sitting right in the middle of a city. It's kind of dangerous. Maybe not as epic as I wanted it to be originally, but more or less this is kind of the vision that I wanted when I started this place. That you would walk in, there's stuff at ground level, but there's also things that draw your eye up into the sky. And so I'm really happy with this. I think it came together pretty well. There's a lot of things that I wish that I added to this area, but it's probably not going to happen. On that note, it's probably about time to address the elephant in the room. Why am I building all this stuff now? Well, it's because I'm trying to get this finished, or as finished as I can. And that is because this will most likely be my last video here on this server. As some of you would know, I've mentioned it in other videos, my connection to this server is pretty bad at the best of times. And that's because, turns out after doing a bunch of research, most, if not all, internet service providers here in my country throttle your internet connection between the hours of 6 and 11 p.m, which is pretty much the only time that I'm home to play Minecraft. So it makes it near impossible to get on the server in the evening, which really sucks. I've met some of the most truly talented Minecraft players I've ever met in my life on the server, and it's been so much fun getting to meet all the new people and to try out new build styles. In fact, does this still work? Every time I try riding this, it just glitches me off and I fall down. Yeah, classic. This server's been a really cool opportunity for me to learn from people that have been doing this far longer than I have. And it's shown me that there's a lot that... Watch out! It's shown me that there's a lot that I've still got to learn about making Minecraft content. There's the work ethic of some of these guys is insane, you know? They're like fighting the Ender Dragon on day 1, getting geared up straight away, and it took me weeks to get to this point. So I'm really excited to see where I go from here, take the lessons that I've learned and really put them to use in the best way I can. Guys, this guy's going ham. I just remembered something. Some of you may remember this. I had a pretty brutal death earlier in the season. And okay, we gotta check this out. I never showed this on camera because it was gonna be like a secret thing and there were a few of us working on this project, but then, you know, certain people left the server and it never amounted to anything. But we need this little swipe card. Oh, some of you probably know what's gonna happen next. Essentially, me and Easy turned this, what do you call this? Like a outpost, pillager outpost. We turned it into like a secret thing. How do I drop that there? Oh, look, it goes down. Put that there. Yeah, there it is. We turned this into like a secret base. We spent a lot of time. This elevator design took me ages to do. And so you put the swipe card in, and then it should be here. There we go. So I take that back, and this is the button to get back out of there. Hopefully no pillagers climb down here. And we started transforming this area under here. We were going to have like a whole thing. This is kind of around the time we were doing like the family sort of arc, which sadly got cut short. But yeah, we were going to go ham on this, and I'm really gutted that it never happened. But yeah, I had a pretty brutal death. I lost shulker boxes worth of resources down here. But anyway, okay, if I'm correct, I can probably... There it is. I can dig down through here. Let's check out what's underneath here. So, some of you redstone guys probably understand this better than I do even, but up there is a minecart, and that is picking up the swipe card that I dropped down before. So that comes down here, it goes through an item filter. That is like any overflow items, so if there's like random items, they go in there. There we go. So that's the check that it's the right item. This is so hardcore. I can't believe we went so over the top. And then these hoppers drop down to that barrel that I got my swipe card out of before. It goes around here, and then this triggers, what does this do? I think this triggers the elevator. There's a note block. I think there's two, yeah, there's one note block here. So one is when it detects that your swipe card comes in, and then it goes around here, and then it does another one, which is telling you that the elevator is gonna descend. So it's kind of got this like audio timing. You probably heard it when I climbed down before, but yeah, that's pretty much it. And then if I drop down, We've obviously like buttoned all of it because pillagers kept spawning down here. And that's it from below. So it's just slime and honey. And yeah, that comes down here, and then when you press the button, it gets sent back up again. So that was the secret project that sadly never saw the light of day, but I'm glad that I did it. I learned a lot doing it, and I learned my lesson not to try and fight pillagers with really bad armor. So there it is. I never came up with a name for this place except for the SS Le de Panache for this boat. But guys, that's gonna be it from the server. Oh gosh, the back of that apartment building looks so bad. But I'm gonna love you and leave you here with one last time lapse. At the start, I said I was gonna put a giant lighthouse right here, which I think is fitting because we've got these boats flying around. It seems right, it seems only right that there's some kind of beacon to guide them around the area. But guys, that is it. That's a wrap of Imperial Season 1. Thank you so much for watching. If you subscribe to the channel because of the series, thank you, huge thank you. I encourage you to stick around. There's going to be heaps more really interesting videos from this channel. I promise you that. But until next time, peace.